Hi friends, good morning and welcome to this class. Hope you are all keeping fine. And I find very few of you are watching the daily classes. So can we make use of these classes? Listen nicely, listen again and again. If you don't understand, you can ask again. So can we make use of this opportunity that is given to you? So take full interest and learn. So today let us study about another problem that is facing the society, the people, that is unemployment. I hope you know what is unemployment. It is it's a state where person is not employed, person is not having job. That is called unemployment. So it is a very serious situation because when one does not have a job, he is in their need for money and his family will be starving and so on. Therefore, it is very important for a person to have some occupation, have some job so that his family will be able to survive. So let us study about a case about a person. Sakhal's mother. Sakhal is a boy and his mother Sheila looked after the domestic chores, the domestic works at her house. She is doing all her domestic works at home. So what are they she is doing? She is looking after the house, looking after the children, and also she is sometimes helping her husband Bhuta in order to work in the field and so on. And Sakal's brother Jitu and sister Situ spend their time playing and roaming. So there are small children are there, all these three children are small and they don't go for work. They run around and play and make themselves happy. And can you call Sheila or Jitu or Situ unemployed? If not, why? So the father is working in the field, mother is working at home, and the three children are all the time playing around. So can you say that these three children are unemployed because they are not doing any work? Can you say? So let's see whether we can call it unemployment or not. So unemployment is said to exist when people who are willing to work at the going wages cannot find job. You can underline that. What is unemployment? So unemployment is a case where people are willing to work at this present rate of wages. So they are not demanding high wage, but what is the normal wage? They are ready to accept that and ready to do the work. But the work is not available. Then it is said to be unemployment. Suppose the job vacancies are there, but the person says, I will work only if I get 1000 rupees per day. Maybe the normal rate is 500 rupees per day. But the person says, if you want me to work, I have to give you 1000 rupees. So he is not going for job because they are not willing to pay 1000. So that we cannot call it unemployment. The person is not willing to work. Work is available but he is not willing to work. That is not unemployment. That is laziness. So unemployment is where a person is willing to work for the present rate of wages and the work is available. Job is available. Job is not available. That is called unemployment. Person is willing to work but job is not available. That is called unemployment. Then we can say Sheila is interested in working outside her domestic domain, but Jitu and Situ are too small to be counted in the workforce of population. So we said those three children, they cannot be said to be unemployed because they are small children. They are not at the age of working. So we said children up to 14 years of age, they are supposed to be in the school. 5 to 14 supposed to be in the school. So children who are, even if they are not going to school, if they are sitting at home, we cannot say they are unemployed. If they are employed to do some work, then it will be child labor. Children below 14 years are not supposed to be employed to work from morning till evening. They may do some small works here and there, that is not considered as employment. So these small three children, they are playing around the whole day, and we cannot call it unemployment because they are below 14 years of age. So people belonging to 15 to 59 years, they are supposed to work. So people up to 14 years, they are supposed to go to school for study. If they are willing, they can go for study again. But minimum up to 14 years of age, they should be in the school. Then after that, if they want, they can stop study and go for work. And those who want to study, they can continue their studies. So it is up to them. So if people who are at this age, between 15 to 59, they are ready to do the work, but they cannot find the work, or work is not available, then we can say they are unemployed. So that's why we said those three children who are playing around, they are not unemployed because they are below 14 years of age. And we say the children's mother, she is working at home and also helping her husband in the farm and so on. So she is not willing to work outside her domestic domain for payment. So she does not want to go and work outside to get payment. She is happy to do work at home. And she too cannot be called unemployed. So we cannot say mother is unemployed. Why? Because work is available, but she is not willing to go and work outside. Therefore, it is not unemployment. So, unemployment, we already saw the definition. It is when people are willing to go and work outside for the present rate of wages and the job is not available, then we can say they are unemployed. So here the children's mother, she is not happy to go and work outside. She does not want to go and work outside. Therefore, we cannot say she is unemployed. So in India, we can say there are different types of unemployments are there. I hope you remember that we had mentioned in previous classes as well, that in the rural area we will find some kind of unemployment. In the urban area we will find some other unemployment and so on. So there are different varieties of unemployments are there because the situation is not same throughout India. We have a lot of village areas, rural areas are there, a lot of urban areas are there. Therefore, the situation is completely different. In the rural area, people are not that educated, but in the urban area, people are educated. Therefore, the situation, the life or the living situations are different in different places. And so, the nature of the unemployment also is different from a rural area to urban areas. So we can say in the rural area there is seasonal unemployment. The rural area we will find seasonal unemployment. We will also find disguised unemployment. We had already mentioned this one in the previous class as well, but for your sake we will explain it again. So seasonal unemployment means they are having work only in certain season. Other seasons they don't have employment. And especially in the rural area, we know the main work that they do is in the farm activity, the cultivation activity. So throughout the year there is no cultivation. So when there is cultivation, they get job. So mostly it is in the rainy season people do the cultivation, and so people have job. They start digging the field, getting ready the field, planting the seeds, and then afterwards weeding, then harvesting, threshing and so on. So it may take 4 to 5 months, and those 5 months they have education, they have employment. and the rest 7 months, let's say 7 months they have no employment at all. So their unemployment is seasonal. In the cultivation season they have employment, and after the cultivation season they have no employment. So that is called seasonal unemployment. I hope you understood. So they have job only in cultivation season. After the cultivation is over, after the harvest is over, till the next year comes, they have no class, they have no job. Then another one is disguised unemployment. What do you understand by disguised unemployment? Disguise means change the shape, or change the dress, change the form and so on. Disguise. So when we have drama and so we disguise ourselves. Maybe an ordinary person acting like a king, so he will be dressed like a king. That is called disguising. So here they are appearing to have employment, but it is in disguise. It is not in reality. Let's say an example. There is a farm for one family. There is a big farm is there, and to complete the farming and all the activities of the farming in a year, this family needs 5 people to do the work. They need 5 people. If they have 5 people, then they can do this completion of the farming very well without any struggle. So they will be able to get the harvest done, and they will have the enough rice for their family and so on. Now let's say this family has got their own members. They don't need to hire from others, because there are members in that family, so they all can do the work. So let's say this family has got 8 members. 5 plus 3. They have got 8 members are there. Actually, what will the 8 members do? Will they say only 5 people enough to work in the field, 5 of you go and work, 3 of us will take rest here? No. Since they all belong to the same family, they will say let's all go and work together. So the work is to be done by the 5 people, but actually it is done by 8 people. So 3 people are working extra there. You follow? The work that is to be done by 5 people, actually it is done by 8 people. So these 3 people's work is additional or unnecessary. So why do they go and work there in that farm? It is because these 3 people have no other job. They are free. Therefore they come and work here. So when we look at, we can say all the members of this family are employed, because all of them are working in this field. We can say all the members of this family are employed. But actually, are they employed? 3 of them are simply working because they have nothing else to do. Actually, 5 people enough to work here. We can say 5 people are employed here, but 3 people are employed. Disguise. That's why we call it disguise. When we look at, we feel that they are employed, but in reality they are not employed. So it is hidden employment, we can say. Their employment is not in reality, but apparently, externally, it is looking like they are employed. So suppose these 3 people get another job to go out and work in others' field. Others are telling, we need some more workers, can you come and help? So if these 3 people go out and work in others' field, then they will get wages. They can go. They will get money. So these 3 people can go and work in others' field, they will get wages. So if these 3 people go out and work in other field, will their cultivation suffer? Then only 5 people will be left here. Can they complete the farming with 5 people? Yes, they can easily complete the farming with 5 people. So then all these 5 people will have full-time work. They will be working to the full of their potentiality. and these three will be going and working outside, and they will be getting wages from there. So we will see this family, all the members will be employed there. If three are given opportunity to go and work outside, then all the people will be employed and they will get extra money and the family's financial condition will improve. So there will be a progress, financial progress in that family. But if they are not getting chance to go out and work, then all age will continue to work in this field, in this farm, and the three people will be continue to be unemployed in the disguise form. I hope you understood. So there are many disguised unemployments are there in our rural areas. Many people, they don't have any work, so they just go and work in the field together with their parents or brothers or sisters. Actually, all of them are not required to go and work. If they get some other work, they can go and do that work and help the financial situation of their family. But they do not have that job opportunity, so all of them go and work there, and therefore it is a disguised unemployment. They look like, when people look, they say all the members are employed, but actually they are not employed. They are just helping their parents or others, and they are just wasting their time because they don't have any opportunity to work for the family or for others for wages and so on. So that is disguised unemployment. Then we have also educated unemployment. Another form of unemployment is educated unemployment, and this form of unemployment normally we will find in the urban areas. In the urban areas. So there people are educated and they have finished, some have finished matriculation, some have finished plus 2, some have finished graduation, some have even finished post graduation and so on. But still they are not getting job to work, no opportunity there, and therefore they just remain at home doing nothing because there is no opportunity for them to work. That is called educated unemployment. So in the rural cases, these two cases, they may not be educated, but they can work in the farm and so they have the health to work, but there is no opportunity. Here these people, they have not only health, but they have education, the qualification as well. But still there is no opportunity, therefore they do not get the chance to work and they continue to remain there. So these are different types of unemployment that is prevalent in our country. So in the urban area we can find that this educated unemployment that has become very common. Many people are educated but they are not able to find job, so they just remain in the house without doing anything. Then there was a study was conducted. There was a study conducted about this unemployment. So that study was showing that graduate and postgraduate has increased faster than the matriculates. So under this study, they have realized that there are three categories of people. People who finish their matric and remain waiting, trying to get a job. And there are people who finish their graduation, BA, BSc and so on. Then people who do post-graduation, that MA, MSc, all those things. So they say the people who remain after matric are very few. Trying to get job after matric are very few. But there are more people are waiting to get job after their BA and MA and so on. So that is fast increasing. That means people in the urban area, they are interested in studying more, learning more, getting more higher qualification to get good job. But they are just remaining because there is no job opportunity in their country. And it is a paradoxical manpower situation is witnessed A surplus manpower in certain categories coexists with shortage of manpower in others. So it is very, we can say, paradox. It is very funny to say that many people are waiting to get job. They are qualified. They are waiting to get job. But in certain places, people are waiting for to get more workers. There is work is available, but people are not there to work. So that is a problem. Some places where the population is less or where the qualified people are less. For example, if there is a factory in the interior place, in the rural area, they need some qualified people. But qualified people are not there in the village. Qualified people are all in the town and they are not willing to go and stay in the rural area and work. Therefore, the town where there are very qualified people, there is no job opportunity. But in the village area or semi-rural area where there is a need for qualified people, but the people are not there. So some places people are there but no work. Some places work is there but people are not there. So that is called a paradoxical situation. The situation is very funny. Then there is unemployment among technically qualified person on the one hand. So there are many people now these days who are technically qualified, people who have completed their IT, computer education, information technology, all that they have completed, and while there is a dearth of technical skills required for economic growth. So there are many people who are qualified with this technical skill, but at the same time the technical skills are lagging. So most of the people, they just complete their exam, get their certificate and say I have this qualification and so on. But they are really lacking the skill. The thinking capacity is lacking. That is the one problem that the Indian people are facing. So it is not enough that we get just a certificate or just to say that I have completed study and so on, but the skill is needed. The ability to plan, think and execute, that is required. So when a person is appointing an employee or a worker, he is expecting that this person will be able to plan out and execute many things and help me to improve the situation in the company or in the office. So that is their expectation. And if it is not there, then he will not be willing to appoint this person, or he will appoint him for 1 or 2 months and find that this person has no skill, no idea, so he will dismiss him. So that is one problem that our country is facing. There are many qualified people, but there are very few people with proper skills, proper planning ideas and so on. So when you study, make sure that you are not just studying for the certificate, not just studying for the getting mark. Mark may be there in the amount in the paper, but accordingly the ideas may not be there in your head. So when you study, you must study with a specific plan, that I want to understand this and the idea should become ours and we should be able to develop our own idea from that and show our skills in executing our plans and so on. Then only we will be really a qualified person. Otherwise we will have only graduate certificate or postgraduate certificate, but our ability will be very less. So when you learn it nicely and really prove that you are a skilled person, you are a learned person, and people who appoint you in their office, in their company, they will not be regretting, they will be benefiting, they will be happy, and they may even give you a higher grade or promotion because of your talents and abilities and so on. So we shall wind up for today with this topic, and the topic unemployment will continue in the next class again, and we will learn a little more about the serious situation in India where a lot of people are struggling because of unemployment and what the government can do for them, how can they find job and so on. So shall wind up for today. Thank you for listening. Have a nice day.